Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 12. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted shows, reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So the ladies are questioning Angel whether she was evicted or not. She says that she had put a time when they was going to be out of the house. I guess they got their messages wrong, and she has to be out earlier than what she thought. Now, out of all the ladies who are questioning Angel about this so-called eviction, I'm not exactly mad. It was Wendy who was leading the charge. Mainly because Angel has spent the majority of this season being mad at Wendy because she felt that it was Wendy who had made the catfish comment when it was Giselle. Wendy just purely laughed at the comment. And it wasn't to Wendy, I'm not Wendy, but Giselle had to come up and be like, no, it was me who made the comment, to where Angel was like, okay, since it was Giselle, she was able to get over it a little too fast for me when she spent so much time being mad at Wendy. Then it turned to, okay, I can no longer be mad at Wendy about this catfish comment, so I'm going to go back even farther. You didn't hug me when we was going on our trip to Nevis. It's like she's always trying to find an issue to be mad at Wendy, and I think it stems from her relationship with Kay, because Kay, whatever reason, she's mad at Wendy, so Angel jumped on the bandwagon. But this is where I'm going to defend Angel. Now, I am not mad that she decided to get an Airbnb while she was filming for the show. Do I think she came to Potomac just to hang out with Giselle and Wendy and Ashley like Ashley believes? No. I think, hey, she was living in Colorado. She was selected to be on this show. And she was like, okay, while I'm filming on this show, I'm not going to just up jump the boogie and go buy a house, because I don't know how things are going to work on this show. So I'm going to get an Airbnb for my family while we're filming. And I think where she messed up is she thought she was going to be filming for a certain amount of time, and that time has come and gone. Now, this is where I'm going to tug on her a little bit, because I'm pretty sure, being a business owner and her husband being in the NFL, they've signed quite a few contracts. And I'm pretty sure in this contract, things was probably like this. Hey, you've been selected to be on Real Housewives of Potomac, and this is going to be your salary. You're required to go on the trips with the ladies. You're required to, host an event, at least one event. You can't be out here fighting. You can't be doing this. You can't be doing that. You will be filming from this day to this day. Sign your name and date it. We going to get this notarized. Going a little something like that. And maybe, I don't know, filming with a little bit longer. But in my mind, if you're going to, we're going to be filming for, say, I don't know what, 6 months, maybe extend your Airbnb for maybe a year. That way, you're not, soon as filming is done, having to scram to get out. And another thing is like, hey, maybe I did like being on this show and I've been called back for a second season. Now we have a little wiggle room to like, hey, we're going to be here a while. I've already, from my first season, people were, contacting me about, doing some other things. And hey, yeah, we will build a house here. But until I know all those things for sure, I'm going to stay in this Airbnb. And I'm not mad about that. Because you never know how your first season going to be. You never know, like, hey, am I going to like this? Am I going to like the girls? Am I going to be brought back for a second season? So I'm not going to put all this investment into a house in the area where I am not currently living in. Because if I have no incentive to be here, I'm not going to either buy a house or build a house in this area where I'm currently not living in. So that's where I'm not mad for her getting this Airbnb. But her explaining it, this is Angel. She has a hard time explaining things to where it sounds right. And I am that person too. I can have it in my head about what I want to say, but when I'm trying to articulate what it is, my mind just be going left sometimes. So I get that. Y'all, I am not mad that Timu only stayed at this event for 32 minutes, because Stacy and Timu know how this gang likes to get down. They like to come from the husband. And it's mainly Giselle leading the charge. Like, she can come for your husband or your boyfriend or your spouse because she has no one to come for hers, because if she has one, she's not going to bring him on the show. So, everyone, this is Timu. Timu, this is everyone. Shake hands. Nice to meet you. Don't say anything else because they will try to use it against you. And that is exactly what happened. We was like, okay, we're going to meet up a little bit later. Timu has to leave. He made a presence and he left. 32 minutes, and I'm not mad at it. Giselle, she's making the issue as like, oh, I just thought he was part of the staff. He was only here for that amount of time. He must not know how to have fun. No. He don't want you to try to turn something that is nothing into something bigger than what it is. He could doggone be looking off at something. Ooh, why he looking all like that? Ooh, why he doing all that stuff? Just like Ashley did with Angel's husband when he said, we'll be there when we be here. We'll get there when we get there. And now all of a sudden he's aggressive, and why he acting like that? Meanwhile, Michael was out here doing all these things to people on and off camera. And you was, oh, he's not like that. Michael wouldn't do that. These are lies. Please. Giselle, you remember when you made that comment that Stacey should not be around husbands and kids? Maybe you should have made that statement about Ashley being around people's kids. I'm just saying. And I want to know, how is it that Sharice was so calm with the fact that Ashley told her to her face that while she was drunk, she was kissing on your son, and some other things might have happened. She said that with a grin on her face and told you this. And you at no point did not reach for that woman's head and get to swinging it. What did you do? The next time you see her, you brought your son to this event. This lady who was kissing on your son while she was drunk and doing maybe some other things, and you just cool with it. This is how we're doing. So y'all was so up in arms, made this whole big thing about Stacey, who was divorced, got hanging out with Chris, who was divorced. Meanwhile, Ashley was out here kissing Sharice's son, who was 10 years her junior. Now let's think about this. Ashley has known Sharice for at least 10 years. So this is somebody she's seen grow up since he was 15, 16 years old. This is where it's like, this is messed up. And I'm trying to figure out, how is it that Sharice is just like almost A-okay with this? That this lady that she's known for at least 10 years, this lady that she calls a friend or at least an acquaintance, sat you in your face, smiled about it, and said that she was kissing on your son. And Giselle, Giselle, you're going to have to make a big deal out of this. I know Ashley is your best good friend as of now, since Robin ain't on the show, and she will do the dirty work. I'ma need this to be more than a one episode thing. I'ma need the girls to be talking about this, because what you're not gonna do is try to drag Stacey up and down and around for hanging out with doggone Chris Samuels when she never knew Monique. But here we got Ashley on here, who was known Sharice for at least 10 years, was out here drunk, kissing, and doing everything else on this woman's son. We have Wendy and Eddie showing Wendy's mama and her sister their finished renovations. Now, y'all, I know I don't talk about what's going on presently, but I have noticed that the editors have shown Wendy and Eddie and Wendy's mama talk a lot about Bundy, and I was like, this not gonna look too good for Wendy in her current situation. But anyway, the renovations look beautiful. Not even gonna lie, that money well spent. Whose it is, I don't know. We're gonna move on from that. Wendy, she had a conversation with her dad earlier on, and they're going to try to work on their relationship. Wendy she's still feeling this need to want to have her father in her life. So when she tells her mama about this, mama completely goes left. Now, the whole time that she is going off, only thing I can notice is, like, ma'am, what you got going on, I don't know if it's some kind of cream that you're using to make your skin look this complexion. I don't know if it's makeup, but like, it don't look how you think it look. I don't like it. And when she made the comment earlier, like, "Ooh, you got black toilet paper, you worried about a UTI," but I'm like, ma'am, whatever you're doing to make your skin look that color, I would be worried about that as well. I was also looking and like her wig had like slid back some. I had noticed that, and I'm like, ma'am, I would like for Wendy to be like, can we just like pause on, tell me right quick and just go to her mom and just like pull that wig down just a little bit, just a little bit, because it was sitting back. Like I could see the edges of her hair, then I could see that the wig was back just a little bit. Now I know my hair is not looking like a lot right now because my hair texture is changed. So now trying to do the styles that I could do like 3-4 years ago, I could not. My hair is just straight for no reason. Like no straightening, no relaxer, nothing. This is just me. I know you can't really see it for real, but my hair has just turned straight for no reason. Haven't had a relaxer since 2001. Have not straightened my hair since 2012. And this is what I got going on. But anyway, this ain't about me. I was just sitting here as she was fussing about, I worked 4 jobs and your daddy didn't do nothing and now you want to bring him into your life. The sister's like, I don't know why, because he always making promises. He ain't no good man. But I did appreciate Wendy sending her kids upstairs because y'all don't need to be hearing, grandma fighting. But she's like, he ain't never did nothing for them kids. I was working 4 jobs to put you to school, and I did this, that, and the other. At one point, she tried to bring Eddie in. I was like, see how your daughter's acting. Now, I don't remember at any point Wendy, telling her mama to get out, but I do remember her mama cussing her out slightly. And I'm going to look at it from both of their perspective. Mama, she upset because this man has done nothing for me or you or your sisters since he left. I was out here working to provide for us, and where was he? And I can also look at it from Wendy's side as like, she wants her daddy in her life because, like, she has no one on her side. It's always mama and sister against her. She's crying. At one point, the mama was telling her, like, basically, you need to check your wife and get her under control because she's not being the, all willing to do everything I want daughter that she's supposed to be. Wendy is crying. That color on that wig we had on, I'm like, I'm liking that color. I'm liking it a lot. Wendy's hair game has really, really stepped up. It's so messed up that Wendy is having the best season this year, and then like all this stuff going on in real time, but we're not going to talk about that. But I was like, I felt so bad for Wendy in this situation because the way her mama was acting. But I was trying to look at like both sides and how each of them was feeling. It's like, I can't fault Wendy for wanting to have a relationship with her father, but I also can't fault the mama being mad at like, that man ain't never did anything for you. He done waited I done taken care of both of y'all and myself, raised y'all and helped you put you through school. And what has he done? Now, the way that mama's acting like he just jumped the boogie and was like, I don't want to be with you and the kids no more. But then I thought it was like, they have differences in religion, which, just because you don't want to be with your spouse because of religious reasons don't mean you should, completely abandon your kids. You should always be there for them, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. But, like, hopefully I get this together. But, like I was saying, I was just so focused on her mama and that wig that it was just... That was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you were new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people by coming over and being one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady C signing off. Have a good one.